Exclusive! Rodrygo tells Real Madrid he wants out. Spurs ready to strike in January. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. According to journalist Graeme Bailey, the Brazilian star Rodrygo has grown increasingly frustrated with his situation in the Spanish capital and has now privately expressed a desire to leave in search of regular football and a leading role, something he no longer believes he can find under Xabi Alonso at Real Madrid. The 24-year-old has started just 3 games in all competitions this season, a shocking decline for a player once hailed as the next global superstar of Brazilian football. Insiders close to the club claim Rodrygo feels marginalised and undervalued, after being overlooked in favour of Arda, Guler and Brahim Díaz, with Alonso reportedly unwilling to alter his tactical hierarchy. Tottenham, who were already admirers of Rodrygo in the summer, have now been contacted by intermediaries, suggesting that the winger's future could be decided in the winter window. Sources say Fabio Paratici, who continues to oversee Spurs' transfer operations, has already been informed that Real Madrid will demand over £70 million to sanction any deal. While Real Madrid remain reluctant to lose the Brazilian mid-season, there is a growing belief that the right offer could open the door, particularly if Rodrygo pushes for an exit. His current contract runs until 2028, but Madrid are aware that keeping an unhappy player in their ranks could destabilise the dressing room. For Tottenham, the timing couldn't be more crucial. Following another disastrous home performance against Chelsea, pressure on Thomas Frank has reached breaking point. Spurs' lack of cutting edge in the final third has been brutally exposed, leaving fans furious and the club hierarchy desperate for solutions. Rodrygo is viewed inside the Tottenham camp as the kind of signing that could completely transform the side's attacking dynamic, a player capable of bringing instant creativity, pace and flair to an attack that has looked toothless and predictable. His versatility across the front line makes him a perfect fit for Frank's fluid system, while his Champions League experience adds the winning mentality Spurs have sorely lacked. Spurs' recent transfer strategy under Paratici has focused on signing players who deliver immediate impact, as seen with Mohamed Kudus and Joao Palhinha, both of whom reshaped the team's identity overnight. Rodrygo, insiders claim, fits that same mould, young, fearless and ready to make headlines from day one. The North London Giants are expected to move quickly once the window opens. With competition expected from other top European clubs, Spurs may need to act decisively to land their man. For now, the message inside Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is clear. The club wants a game changer this January, and Rodrygo could be the statement signing to reignite their season. Spurs are accelerating their search for a new striker ahead of January transfer window, and Jonathan David has now surged to the top of their shortlist. According to Sky Sports, Spurs have opened exploratory talks with the entourage of the Canadian international as Juventus appear increasingly open to cutting their losses after a disappointing start to life in Italy. The 24-year-old's spell in Turin has quickly soured. After his big-money move from Lille last summer, David has struggled to adapt to Serie A, scoring just once and providing a single assist in 11 appearances. Sources in Italy claim that Juventus officials have privately accepted that the fit was wrong from the start and are prepared to sanction a January exit if the right offer lands on their desk. Tottenham have been the first to make a serious approach, testing the waters for a potential winter swoop. Those close to the negotiations have revealed that David's representatives are actively exploring options across Europe, and that discussions with the North London club are already well underway. The forwards camp is understood to be in constant contact with multiple sides, but Spurs are believed to be the most proactive at this stage. A move in January is now seen as not only possible, but increasingly likely, with Juventus eager to reshape their attack mid-season. Tottenham's hierarchy, led by Fabio Paratici and Johan Lange, see David as a near-perfect fit for Thomas Frank's high-energy system, a striker capable of pressing from the front, making sharp runs between lines and finishing with precision under pressure. Frank has reportedly approved the move, seeing David as a plug-and-play signing who could make an immediate impact in both the Premier League and Europe. Insiders say Spurs' scouting department have followed David since his prolific days at Lille, where he produced back-to-back seasons of elite-level consistency, scoring 25 goals last campaign alone. His ability to drift into space, link play, and remain composed in front of goal has convinced Tottenham that he could thrive in North London, particularly in a side built on aggressive transitions and intelligent movement. The timing could hardly be more critical. Tottenham's form in front of goal has faltered in recent weeks, and the club is under growing pressure to reinforce its attacking line after another lifeless performance against Chelsea at home. Thomas Frank has made it clear to the board that new arrivals must deliver instantly. Patience is no longer an option. Spurs need players who can transform games from day one. Juventus, meanwhile, are bracing for formal offers. The Italian side would prefer a permanent transfer but could entertain a loan with an obligation to buy if Spurs structure the deal cleverly. Estimates suggest that a bid in the region of £45 million could tempt the Bianconeri into negotiations. If the deal goes through, David would become one of Tottenham's headline additions of the winter window, a statement of aggressive ambition from a club determined not to let its season fade. For Spurs supporters, this potential signing ticks every box: youth, hunger, proven finishing, and the chance to reignite an attack that has too often looked predictable. And in Jonathan David, they may have found the striker capable of sparking the next chapter of their evolution. Tottenham are closely monitoring one of England's most exciting young midfielders, Kobbie Mainoo, as uncertainty grows over his future at Manchester United. According to Team Talk, the North London club are prepared to test United's resolve with a potential bid in 2025, as the teenager becomes increasingly frustrated by his lack of minutes under new boss Ruben Amorim. Mainoo, just 20, looked destined to become a long-term fixture at Old Trafford after breaking through last season. His composure, intelligence on the ball, and ability to dictate tempo from deep earned him widespread praise. Yet what should have been the start of a glittering career has instead turned into a period of deep frustration. Since Amorim's arrival, Mainoo has been pushed to the fringes, starting 0 Premier League matches so far this season. Sources close to the player reveal that he is increasingly disillusioned with his situation and is now actively exploring opportunities away from Manchester. Tottenham, aware of the growing tension, have stepped up their scouting operations and are ready to make a move once the January window opens. Fabio Paratici and Johan Lang are said to be huge admirers of Mainoo's maturity and tactical versatility, viewing him as the kind of intelligent all-round midfielder capable of elevating Thomas Frank's system to another level. The Spurs manager has been pushing the board to bring in dynamic midfielders who can dominate possession but also contribute defensively, a role that fits Mainoo perfectly. At just 19, he already shows the calmness of a seasoned professional, combining precision passing with positional discipline and a surprising ability to drive forward under pressure. However, Tottenham aren't alone in the race. Newcastle, Manchester City and Serie A giants Napoli are all tracking his situation closely. Each of those clubs views Mainoo as a long-term investment, but Spurs believe they hold one key advantage: guaranteed first-team football. Sources indicate that Tottenham are willing to offer Mainoo an immediate role in the senior setup, something Manchester United have failed to provide this season. With his contract expiring in 2027 and renewal talks completely stalled, insiders suggest United could be forced into a sale if the right offer arrives next summer. Valued at around £39 million, Mainoo could be available for significantly less should he refuse to extend his deal, a scenario Spurs are quietly preparing to exploit. Behind the scenes, there is growing confidence within Tottenham that a deal could be struck, especially as the club looks to refresh its midfield options. Thomas Frank has made it clear that January and next summer's windows will be crucial in shaping his squad for the next phase of his rebuild. For Mainoo, the appeal of Tottenham is obvious: a club on the rise, a manager who trusts youth, and the promise of regular minutes in both the Premier League and European competition. His camp reportedly believes a move to North London could reignite his international prospects ahead of the 2026 World Cup, giving him the platform to compete among England's elite once again. Manchester United, on the other hand, face a mounting dilemma: lose him now for a reduced fee or risk another academy star running down his contract and walking away. With tensions rising at Old Trafford and Spurs ready to act decisively, Kobbie Mainoo's future could become one of the defining transfer stories of 2026, and Tottenham are positioning themselves right at the centre of it. That's all for today's update. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with everything Tottenham, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. Don't forget to drop a like and share this video with other Spurs fans. Together we can keep growing the Tottenham News Today community. Thanks for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs!